This is Granddaddy Speaks. I'm Andy Beverly, and I'm going to tell you a thing I learned a long time ago, just a trick of the trade of people that go out and shoot clay targets or in the proper time of the year in the winter hunt doves or quail. One of the things that happens is that so many people think that they have to shoot straight at something that's flying away from them. And if it's flying any way except exactly straight away from you, you know what's going to happen if you shoot right at him? The bullets are going to get where he was, not where he is. Whether it's a clay target or a delicious bobwhite quail, it's going to be gone. And you're going to be sitting there saying, uh-oh. So I was taught to think this way, and this is a good way for you to think about it. For most things that aren't real fast. Now if something's coming down the wind doing 70 miles an hour, you might want to change it a little. But for the average thing that you would shoot at a clay target particularly, or a quail, they're slow. Doves can be real fast in a big wind, but they won't be any faster than a quail just flying along. What you do is you look at him, or the clay target, if you're at a clay target range, and you shoot just in front of him, just about as long as shooting a cigarette out of his mouth. So the idea is to visualize that bird sitting there flying along with a cigarette sticking out of his mouth, and when you get the gun out there in front of him, just hold it right on that cigarette out of his mouth, bang! And whether it's a clay target, which they call a bird because that's what clay targets were invented to be the duplicate of, or whether it's a quail or a dove, those are the things that you want to remember. One of the other things that you want to remember is if you can decide where you're going to pull your trigger, and you're right-handed, always point your left foot right at the place where you're going to pull the trigger, and as you come through passing your left big toe, say bang right on the end of that cigarette, the far end of it, and you've got your clay target or your bird, and everybody's going to say, look what a good shot that lad or that lady is. And that's the thing about clay target shooting, and occasionally if you go to do it, quail hunting or dove hunting in the proper season. Shoot the cigarette out of his mouth.